You know, lunchtime is often my breakfast time because I sometimes work quite late at night. I get up, 11 o'clock and I'm fairly hungry. And you know what? Toast and jam just ain't gonna cut it.
Okay.
You need something substantial. And if I was going to work and I did have a lunchbox, I'd be making this to put in it.
Okay.
You
So
know
this one is untested, unlike mine.
This is just like a freestyle kind of dish
Okay.
where I open the doors up, but it's got some ingredients that I do cook with quite a bit. So when I put them together, you're going to love it.
Okay.
Now, you want me to get started, don't you?
I do.
Roll
I
me
want
along.
to see what's going to happen here.
All right, I'm going to start with some chilli. I love chilli, nice and hot, and I know you love chilli as well. Into the bowl it goes. I'm going to pick up these noodles here. These are your regular instant noodles. You know the ones you pour the kettle over the top of it?
Yes, I do. They're raw.
Exactly. Well, they're actually part cooked and then they're dehydrated, so they're ready to go. You can actually eat them straight out of the packet.
Okay.
I want you to crunch them up and crack them. Now, I would have thought, being a university student for many years, that you would have eaten a lot of 2-minute noodles because a lot of them do. It's very quick and easy and very, very cheap. A couple of bucks gives you a
I
bet
used
meal.
to do the mee goreng ones.
See?
It's a big generalisation that you've made there.
There we go.
But I like it.
Exactly.
You get in the books, this is where you go.
Exactly. It
Yep.
takes a couple of minutes to put together, and it tastes good, fills you up, and is nutritious as well as cheap.
If you put some peas and corn in, yes, it can be.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Something I do with my kids is we get all of the noodles and we'll try and see who can flavour them up the best by putting things that are in the pantry. Now, I've got some eggs here. If you can crack those 3 eggs straight into the bowl there. It's looking wacky already, isn't it?
It's interesting. I don't know where we're headed on this journey, but I'm excited. I'm here for it.
Do you trust me?
I do. Tentative. Tentative.
I do. I could tell that there was a little bit of reservation there.
There
we go.
was. A little bit nervous, said with slight anxiety in my chest. It's okay.
We'll see how you got butterflies and anxiety.
I do.
Okay, there we go. So we've got eggs in there. We've got onion in there.
Yes.
We've got. If you can start mixing it if you want, slowly around. I'll just start adding all of these. What do you call them? Rainbows.
Yes. So what have you got there?
This is coriander and spring onion
Nice.
that's been washed very, very well, and in it goes. It's looking like one of your meals, isn't it?
It is. I'm thinking, what's going on here?
Lots and lots of veggies and not much else. That's what you love, isn't it?
Oh, my goodness.
Oh,
Richard just throws the barbs this way.
It's a good thing.
You're lucky I'm so kind.
I'm
Kind-hearted.
saying that as a compliment, as a friend, as someone that can have a little giggle at yourself and each other. Because you know me, I'll take it out of myself quicker than anyone else will. In goes some chili, or put it all in because it's for you and me. In it goes some sesame seed goes in there as well.
Okay.
And that's apparently good for you as well. Okay, we've got some corn here. I've just taken it off the cob and put it straight in there.
Nice.
And I've made sure I took all the string off it. You know all the
Yeah.
furry
Stringy
bits
bits.
in there?
I know.
I believe that's fibre as well, and you can eat it,
You
but
can.
it
You
gets
can.
stuck
I know
between
what you're
my teeth.
doing here. You're making a fritter of some form.
Well, it's going to be delicious.
Yeah, I'm excited.
I want something that you would enjoy as well.
I love this. So many veggies.
Now, I've come across this in the Asian grocery store. They're fried onions, nice and crispy, and a nice sweet flavour. In they go as well.
Lovely. And texture, I'm guessing?
Exactly.
Beautiful.
Chicken. This is some leftover chicken that was in the fridge here,
Okay.
which we put in there. It's not often I have leftover chicken in my fridge.
Okay.
Usually it gets eaten up.
It's in your tummy, isn't it?
Late night snacks for myself and
okay.
my boys. Now, I'm using some flavour here. Instead of adding some milk or cream, I'm using some coconut milk. So I do a nice bit of splush of that in there, and I'll get you to mix that together.
Yes.
Is that coming together nicely?
It is.
All right. Now, if I put this in the fry pan, it would just be like a big omelette that would just fall apart. We need to bind it all together. So I'll put in there some self-raising flour, and we'll get some lovely
Go for it.
little fluffy fritters. I'll put about 3/4 of a cup in here.
Okay.
And then you're mixing that together
I
beautifully.
know, there's a lot of resistance in here.
Exactly. Well, you're doing a bit of a workout.
I am. I'll hand it over.
There we go.
When my arm gets a bit sore, I just swing the bowl that way. Perfect.
There we go. Now, if you look at it, it's looking just a little bit dry. So if you want, you can add a little bit of water. There's a little jug over there with some water. If you add a tiny little bit of water, it'll soften it up just a little bit more.
Yep.
You can see it's starting to be a lot softer now. Now, the eggs will help to bind it together. The flour will bind it together. And we're ready to go.
Okay. If you were celiac, for instance, you can't use flour. Could you use something else to bind it?
Rice flour, potato flour.
Beautiful.
Any of those
flour to
things.
bind.
Exactly,
Yep, beautiful.
exactly. Now, I've got the pan on. The thermo spot is solid red, so I know it's ready to cook. I'll put a good sploosh of extra virgin olive oil in there, and I want to cover the pan so there's no dry spots at all. So it's a good little bit in there.
So it's like a shallow fry.
Exactly,
Yeah.
exactly. A little bit of salt in there while the oil's heating up, and a good twist of black pepper. You like pepper?
I love pepper.
Great.
That was a rhetorical question.
Exactly. I know you love pepper. Now spin that around here till it's all nicely combined. It's looking good, isn't it?
It is. I like this. You could leave the chicken out if you were plant-based. You could, I'm assuming, remove the egg. There's lots of little things you could do with this recipe to adjust it to your dietary requirements.
Now, I'm just going to peel this off like this and then pop it into the pan here and just push it down. You like that?
Yeah.
I love frying little fritters like this with nori sheets. Now, I'm just going to grab a few of these with this lovely big spoon. And the spoon is great because it gives you the perfect portion control.
Yes.
If you wanted to, you could use the ice cream scoop as well.
Yep.
That's also a good thing to do. Now, I just want to get them, into the pan, but I don't want them too thick. If they're too thick, they'll go brown on the outside.
And not be cooked.
And not be cooked on the inside. And there's nothing worse than a soggy fritter.
Uncooked fritter. Could you do these in the oven, do you think?
Yes, that's a great idea. What I would do is maybe spray the baking tray, put some baking paper on it, a little spray of olive oil or whatever oil you use and into the oven. I reckon about 15 to 20 minutes in the oven. These will take about 10 minutes in the fry pan here. We'll have everything cleaned down and I'll show you how to finish them off.
Perfect.
Okay, we're ready to go. I'll grab these three here and we'll dole them up on the plate. And you can see that one of them is sort of cracked open. We call that the tester. We do that on purpose in kitchens.
Oh, do we?
Busting one open.
Interesting, Chef. Okay.
So that we get one to eat. So I'll pop this little baby over here onto this plate.
They're quite massive, aren't they? They're very large.
Well, to some people they are. To me, they're delicious.
In your sausage pool, they probably look normal size.
Exactly, with this hand here, with these big sausage fingers. Now, I'm just looking at the pickled ginger. I did have a bowl that was filled like this, but for some reason, half of it's gone missing.
It's in my tummy, a little bit of it.
You love it?
I love it. I love it.
It's very good for you, apparently. Can you put some of the bulldog sauce over the top of it?
Sure. Now, what is this?
Bulldog sauce, it's like a barbecue sauce, a Japanese barbecue sauce. I love the flavour of it. Use your chef finger to have a little taste of it.
Okay.
Use it like you stole it. Come on here as well.
Oh, sorry.
What we do to one, we've got to do to the other.
The tester. I forgot about the broken one. It's the broken one, isn't it?
That's the most important one. That's
there we go.
Now, we've got some of this mayonnaise here. One of my favourite mayonnaises. Look at that, baby.
Beautiful.
Over the top.
Your lunchbox is certainly, like, I don't know where you're having lunch, probably in your own restaurant, but this is very nice.
We've got some coriander and spring onions cut two different ways.
Yes.
Incredible. On the top there that goes as well. A little bit of the coriander goes on there.
Beautiful.
Looks fantastic, doesn't it?
It does. It does.
Now, I'm going to give you the tip. This nori sheet here is how we eat it. We grab some of this here and we take some of it off straight onto the nori sheet. Some of the goodies on here as well go on there as well.
Is this for me?
That's for you.
This is as nice as it gets for me. Thank you.
It's a little dainty way of eating it, and that way you can pick up the hot fritter in your hands. It tastes nice, and you know, the nori sheet's a great way to eat it. What do you think of that?
Beautiful. I love this idea. Really, really nice. Finishes it off beautifully. You're right. Everything he said is essentially true. I love it.